Latina Nova, Introduction to a New Language. Part 2. With further explanations and examples. I will give you more insight into Latina Nova. You will be amazed what this language can do. How well thought out and how regular it is. It is like a naturally grown language. Latina Nova is a modern Latin, much simpler than the classical Latin of a Cicero, Tacitus or Caesar. And it is more highly developed than the daughter languages of Latin, the Romance languages, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, French, Romanian and smaller language variants. This new language is based on a modern vocabulary, Neo-Latin, which was formed in Europe long after the fall of the Roman Empire. And this vocabulary has also flowed into English. This has a great advantage for English speakers. You will find many seemingly English words in the Latina Nova. That makes learning easier. In addition, Latina Nova was created for a new society in which ordinary people can easily participate in modern scientific and technical knowledge. You can understand the modern terms without having to learn them. The grammar is clear and for the most part regular. Compared to classical Latin, it is very simple, yet highly developed, and structured like a modern natural language. It can be applied quickly. I'll hand you a few linguistic delicacies. These are selected examples of words that are also used in English. But, Latina Nova also contains words you don't know. This is the case in all languages. It would be too nice to learn a new language without making any effort. But the vocabulary of the Latina Nova is very well thought out and structured according to clear, well-structured criteria. I have listed 2 example sentences. The first sentence can be understood by English speakers after some effort. The second sentence consists of words that have been newly formed. You will not understand it. Nevertheless, it consists of word components that are understandable to the speaker of the Latina Nova. He uses them a lot. Anyone who knows these little words, prefixes, suffixes, has a clear advantage. The word formation is well thought out and unambiguous, in contrast to other languages. Classical Latin also has major flaws here. The parts of speech can be easily distinguished phonetically. They have a clearly defined function in the sentence. One can easily distinguish concrete things from abstracts. The actions are expressed through verbs. They can also be used as nouns, and properties are identified by the ending a. I'll show you a nice example of word formation based on the word for high. You can create new terms through clever combinations. Latina Nova is a new language for new challenges. It is the linguistic instrument for a new society, a society for the common people too. Not for the continuation of today's civil society. It's a revolutionary language. Little people will be able to understand what is necessary for a modern society. They are freed from the domination of the bourgeoisie. The class society will be dissolved. With an effective language that is easy to use, an oppressive society can be overcome and a plebeian society can be created, with a just economy, and new decision makers established in companies. Today's bourgeoisie is becoming a fading epoch in world history. A reshuffle of society is possible through the Latina Nova, with people who have acquired the appropriate qualifications and competence in this language. Freedom, equality and justice in a social system based on the rule of law are possible through a language that provides new insights into complex relationships.
Now I will introduce the Latina Nova alphabet. It is an alphabet that can be written with an English keyboard. Special diacritical characters are not used. An accent mark is used for long vowels. Otherwise, all the sounds of the Latina Nova can be clearly represented. The letters of this new language have a unique pronunciation, unlike in English. Some letters will have to get used to. It affects the consonants J, Y or the combination of D and J. But that is the case with every language, no matter how related it is to your own language. Take a look at the letters and the English example words. One letter symbolizes a sound that does not exist in English. It's that Y. It is spoken like in German U diaresis. It comes from the Greek, and is not so rare in technical vocabulary that comes from the Greek. Not all scientific terms come from Latin. The ancient Greeks contributed enormously to European civilization, and made this evident through their concepts. Their contribution should not be neglected. English has a lot of double sounds that are sometimes difficult to pronounce. There is only part of it in the Latina Nova. In this slide I have listed the special consonants that you should know well. You can also read some original words about it. To get an impression of the Latina Nova, just a few words of welcome. The speakers of this language express themselves succinctly. People keep asking what your name is. There are a few words for that. When you have learned the meaning of each word, you will understand these phrases well. Their structure is easy to form. Those who know Spanish will see striking similarities here. That is what is wanted. The linguistic descendants of the ancient Romans also have a share in the Latina Nova.
Now various grammatical phenomena follow that are found in almost every modern language. I present the copula to be first. It shows the initial forms for the later conjugations of the verbs. No fear. You will easily see the logic behind this. I have color-coded the time suffixes. The different time levels in the Latina Nova are clear and easy to understand. There are two times for expressing the past, which are also called aspects. These aspects say something about how an action took place. It can begin, last or end. These are different aspects in the past. Aspects are very present in the Slavic languages. You can use it to express subtle differences in actions. A fine thing. The aorist expresses a point in time, a beginning or an end of an action. In contrast, the past tense refers to a period of time. The distinction between these two aspects is purely a matter of practice. They are what make Russian literature world famous. The Russian writers diligently used these means of expression. This slide deals with the auxiliary verb to have. It is used very often, and therefore appears in an abbreviated form. This is quite common with natural languages. A principle that also occurs in the Latina Nova. Now I am going to introduce the full verb tenses. They are formed from the copula to be, and the auxiliary verb to have. So if you know the forms of the copula, and the forms of haben, you will have no problems here. A lot is repeated. Some things are not so foreign to English. The pronouns in Latina Nova are formed using a sophisticated process. It is based on certain consonants that have been used in the same function since the time of the Indo-Europeans. The letter M symbolizes the first person, the letter T symbolizes the second person. And the letter L is common in the Romance languages. The letter S is used to refer to things. In classical Latin this corresponds to the E's. The characteristic of the plural is an I. The personal pronouns are declined. You can form a dative. It is identified by the long vowel E. The marker I appears again in the plural. All in all, the grammar of the Latina Nova is well thought out. The accusative of the personal pronoun is based on the accusative of the noun. In the singular it ends in N. In the plural it has the ending S. So there are thought bridges between nouns and pronouns. Nothing is random in Latina Nova. Finally, I introduce the possessive pronoun. It says that someone has or owns something. The already known consonants M and T as well as L and S express the person. The ending A, which occurs with adjectives, characterizes this pronoun. And I appears again in the plural. It's very convenient. You know a principle and recognize it in a different context. And this is me, the creator of Latina Nova, a language which has attended me for over 40 years. Now is your turn to make a go of it.